The Angels do not get Garrett Cole. They weren't even close in the end. And Jake and I said this, and a lot of people said this right away, like, good, because Garrett Cole doesn't fix you guys. He's the best pitcher in baseball. You're not one best pitcher away from contending. The Yankees are. They're already contending, and they need that to over the top. The Angels have a lot of weaknesses and a lot of holes and a lot of needs in the rotation. So it's kind of good, like, hey, good, don't spend $300 million on one dude. Go get three dudes for $100 million each. As soon as Cole doesn't come their way, they pivot rather fastly to Rendon, who gets signed by the Angels. He's going to protect Trout, I'm guessing. What's the numbers there? I'm trying to find it on my screen. I can't find it.
Seven for 245.
35 mil a year, and no trade clause.
Same as Strasburg.
Same as Strasburg. No trade clause, no opt-outs, no deferrals. So just straight up as straight up as a contract can be, which we have some coming up later in the show. Weird incentives and opt-outs and deferrals and stuff like that. So I love the no frills contracts. Those are cool. But Rendon signed 7 years, man. This is good. I mean, you're a big Angels hater. You don't like a lot of the moves they make. So I want your thoughts on this one.
I like the move, like you were saying, and I think we're genuinely not doing this in a pompous Yankees way. But Garrett Cole didn't solve their problems. If they sign Rendon, Ryu, and maybe a couple other bodies, like that's what the Angels need to do. And I do love it, and that's my Angels hater vibe that has come around is a little misled. And someone got me good on the Twitter sphere because they were like, Jake, Rendon, and Trout, third base and center field. These Angels are playing with your heart. I was like, yeah, I love these guys. So I like it.
Simmons with the glove up the middle. I mean, yeah, they're your team now.
People are busting my balls, and now when you do something like that, like we've talked about La Stella and who's the other guy I'm blanking on, Fletcher. Like now, if you have one of those guys put together a full season, now you've got another body, and like instead of banking on those guys, you stretch it out. And Ohtani is a true wild card. I mean, how far are they going to push Ohtani this year with the stick? He's awesome, and like Trout, Ohtani, Rendon. So I'm interested to see that dynamic. And yeah, what's the Fangraphs chart with the balls on it that you like? Or it's not Fangraphs.
Baseball Savant.
Baseball Savant. Like Trout and Rendon are like the craziest dudes on that website. So I'm excited for Mike Trout to have some protection. I still don't like the Dylan Bundy trade, and I'm fine with saying that. And so yeah, I mean they still have a couple other things to round out, but no, they are looking like a better team.
Have there ever been two least marketable all-stars on a team? Trout and Rendon are the most mundane 2-3, 3-4 to ever come together. They're both, I mean, Mike Trout's one of the best players to ever play the sport of baseball. Rendon should be a superstar, just no one really knows his name, but his stats should have him as like perennial all-star, superstar level. Rendon's quiet as a monk. Trout likes the weather. They're like not.
Make Ohtani the star. Make Ohtani the star.
Ohtani's gonna have to get all the attention. I mean, it's just funny. Like the Angels are like, we got the two best guys. Let's market them. Like, well, that's tougher.
Big storm coming through.
What's tougher? What's tougher? Market Rendon and Trout to kids, or to get both of them out consecutively?
Ooh. I don't know. I think MLB kind of found their thing with Trout. I know you liked that this year. Like his marketability is he's not marketable.
Yeah, I did. I thought that was a really good commercial. I think that was like the very first episode of Talkin Baseball. I played that commercial. It's good.
That's good.
So this is kind of a question, but because we're on the Angels right now, I'll stay on the Angels. We might have to do this later in the show as well. What pitchers are left for them, man? They don't get Cole. They don't get Bumgarner. They don't get Strasburg. I mean, really, if they still want to get guys, it's Ryu or a trade for Price, because they still need rotation help. They can't go into the season with Haney, Ohtani, Bundy as their 1, 2, 3. You can't.
I'm thinking it's one more free agent. Interested to see if it's Ryu or Keuchel. I like Keuchel there. I mean I like Ryu too as a ball player, but I feel like he's gonna have a lot more options. I don't know. I think Keuchel's a fit. And then yeah, man, I don't know. The David Price trade stuff is making a lot of sense in my head. I think the Red Sox are willing to eat a little bit of money, which would make Price's next 3 years about $20 million per. And I think when you see someone like Madison Bumgarner gets a 5-year contract for $85 million, and you start saying David Price for 3 years, that's pretty solid. And I just think the Red Sox want to get off the money. And the Angels need some more pitching. Their lineup is looking more solid than I have given them credit for. But yeah, when you add someone like Anthony Rendon, it can do that. So I'm interested to see. But yeah, I mean, they need 2 more arms, period.
Yeah. So we'll see how they go and get them. It'll be interesting.